Hello everyone, in this video we will learn about soil. So the soil is one of the most important natural resource. Now why we are saying that it is a natural resource? Because this soil is used by human beings directly or indirectly in various ways. Basically we are using in the agriculture, but also we are getting lots of minerals from the soil. And also just because it is obtained from the nature, so it is a natural resource. And it provide an anchorage to the plants and supplies water and nutrient. So all the plants are grown in the soil, so it will provide the water and nutrient to the plants. And it is also provide the habitat for different type of organism. That means lots of living organisms are also found in the soil, and we are also using the soil in agriculture, and from agriculture we are getting the food, clothes and shelter for all. So soil is very important for us, and that is why we are using it in different ways, and also it is very important for us. Now just because polythene bag and plastic pollute the soil, and that is why they also kills the organism that are living in the soil. So that's why there was a demand to ban the polythene bags and plastic. So just because they are polluting the soil, they are killing the microorganisms that are living in soil. That is why there is a demand to ban these plastic or plastic bags. Now, other substances which pollute the soil are number of wastage products like the chemical and the pesticide. So these type of chemicals and pesticide are also harming the soil, and it will also kill the organism which are living in them. Now, whatever the waste products are there and chemicals are there, they should be treated properly before they are discharging or they are releasing in the soil. So once we are throwing anything in the soil, we should remember that we should treat it and it should not harm the soil. And also whatever the pesticide we are using, we should reduce the amount of pesticide that we use in the agriculture. Reason, it will also pollute the soil. Now what is soil profile? So soil is composed of distinct layer. That means so many of layers we can found in the soil, and this layer can only be seen after digging the soil. So when we are digging the soil, or when we are uh, digging for making the well or any foundation of the building, at that time we can see the different layers of soil. So for observing the different layer of soil, we have to perform an activity. So for that we have to take a little soil, and we have to break all the clumps, whatever the pieces or whatever the aggregate soil is there. So we have to break that clumps with your hand and make them a powder. Now we have to take a glass tumbler, and 3/4 will be filled with water. So why we are taking the glass tumbler? Because we have to see the different layers. So these layers should will always visible in the glass. If we are taking the steel or any iron jar, it will not work. So that is why it is advised that we have to take only the glass tumbler. After taking 3/4 of water, then we have to add a handful of soil in it. We have to stir it well with the stick to dissolve it, and and we have to leave it for some time without disturbing. So undisturbed we have to leave for some time, and after that we will get a complete soil profile in that glass jar. So after some time we will observe this type of structure in the glass tumbler. So on the top there's a organic matter which is undecayed or semi-decayed. So this is known as the humus. Below the humus we will find the water, and below the water there is a fine particle of sand that we call the clay. After that a big particle of sand that we call the sand, and after that the big particles of soil that we call the gravels. So on the top we are having the humus, then we have water, after that the very fine particles that are clay, then the quite big particle that we call the sand, and after that the large particle that we call the gravel. So these are the soil profile that we found in the soil. Now, whatever the rotting dead material is present in the soil, we called it humus. That means if any leaf is there, or any vegetable particles are there, or any type of fruits are there, So whenever these type of organic matter or any plant part, it will start decaying. So and that decayed portion which is found in the soil, we called it humus. And we all know that the soil is formed after the breaking of soil, and it is done by the action of wind, water, and climate. So whenever wind, water, and climate act on the solid rocks, then in that case it will start breaking, and after breaking it will produce the soil. And the process in which the upper layer of the rocks will break and it will produce the small particle of soil, then this process is known as the withering. So the process of making of soil is known as withering. Now the nature of the soil is depend on the rocks from which it has been formed and the type of vegetation that grown in it. Means if we are getting the red soil, so that means that type of red soil contains high amount of iron in it. So that means the whatever the rocks are there, they are having a high amount of iron in them, and that is why it is present in the soil. And also whatever the type of vegetation means different type of plants are living or they are grown there, so that type of plants are also responsible for the nature of the soil. So the nature of the soil will depend on the type of rock as well as the plants or the vegetation which is grown there. Now the vertical section through different layers of soil is called the soil profile. That means if we are taking a vertical section of the soil, then whatever the different layers we will found there, so that different layer is known as the soil profile. And each layer has a different feel and texture. It is of different color and having a different type of particles in them of different size. So different type of size of particles is there in different soil, different layers, and their texture is also different, their color is also different, and the types of organism and the amount of mineral whatever is found in there, it is also different. And these different layers are known as the horizon. So whatever the layers are there, we call them horizon, and these horizons are also differentiated in different names like A, B, and others. Now usually we can see only the top layer of the soil that we call the topsoil. So that is why whenever we are digging the well or any foundation of a building, at that time we can see the different layers or different horizons of the soil. Now the uppermost horizon is generally of dark color and it is rich in humus and mineral. So just because most of the organic matter is found on the upper surface, so this soil or the uppermost soil or the uppermost horizon is generally of dark color due to the presence of humus, and also it is rich in mineral. Now humus make the soil fertile and provide nutrient to the growing plants. We all know that the manure, it is provided to the plant just for their better growth. So this humus, it is act as a manure for them. So it will also increase the fertility of soil. Now just this soil or this layer is generally soft, porous, and can retain more water as compared to other layers. So that is why it is called the topsoil or the A horizon. Now this layer, just because it is on the top, so it will provide the shelter for many living organisms such as the worms like earthworms and other worms, and rodents, moles, and beetles. So these type of organisms are found in the A horizon, and whatever the roots are there of small plants, so these small plants roots are embedded entirely in the topsoil. So most of the small plant that are having, so their roots are always embedded only in the topsoil. Now the next layer has a lesser amount of humus but more amount of mineral. The reason behind that, just because it is below the A horizon, it is having less amount of humus, but it is near to the rocks, that is why it contains more amount of mineral. And this is generally harder, reason it is more compactly packed. And this layer is known as the B horizon or the middle layer. So on the top we have A horizon, below the A horizon we have a B horizon. Now the third layer is the C horizon, which is made up of small lumps of rocks with cracks and crevices. So this sea horizon is mainly containing the small rocks with cracks and crevices. That means so many of cracks are found in there. And at the last, below the sea horizon, we have the bedrock, and which is a hard to difficult to dig with a speed. So these type of bedrock are basically made up of hard rocks, and we are not able to dig it. So we can dig up to the level of sea horizon. Now this is the different type of horizons. So on the top, which is near to the surface, it is the A horizon, and that is whatever the small plants are there, their roots is embedded in this layer. Below the A horizon, we have a B horizon, which is having lesser amount of humus and more amount of mineral. Below the B horizon, we have a C horizon that is containing a big lumps of rocks and crevices. And at the last, we have a hard rock that we call the bedrock. So these are the different type of horizons that we can observe in the soil.